Hello there, this is Jeff the Whatifer, and today we're going to do What If Deku Was in Creepypasta. So, yeah, I'm sorry for the delay about this one. It's just because I know I have projects and I have exams. I'm almost done with all of them. And yeah, basically, uh, I pulled up a poll way back then about what should the ship be, and a lot of you people said Jane. So, and some people told me both, but hey, Tikitobi got clockwork. So I'm a McJane here, not lesbian, alright? So yeah. So where we start this off is Deku being born in the Deku, alright, in the My Hero Academia world. You know, he was, fighting off Shigaraki, which Shigaraki says, I'm gonna kill everything you love and I'm gonna kill you. Which, Deku's, yeah, he is losing. So, Izuku tried to do something, which, sacrifice punch, which I'm using also in the fucking What If Deku went back in time. That's a series that's coming up. So, Deku says, alright, I'm gonna put everything I got into this one punch. Which Bakugo knows says, no, Deku, don't! Just like, sacrificial smash! Which he smashed Shigaraki's head in, but killed him in the but killed Shigaraki and killed Izuku in the process. So One for All and All for One are gone. So before Deku dies, says, see you later, Mika-chan. Basically, and tell Raka that I loved her. Which, kaboom! They both die. And yeah, Deku sees darknesses. So this is what's in the afterlife, huh? Oh, yeah, just expected as much. Then he says, like, he's like, what the hell? Then then he hears say, it's a boy. Which, yeah. Which, he's born in the creepypasta world. Just like, wait, what the hell? Where am I? Then they say, then his parents. I'm sorry that I'm using this picture. It's just way too perfect. All right. Which they're like, oh look, honey, it's our cute baby boy. Basically, then he's like, yeah. And then I'm gonna say that both of their hair colors are yellow and brown. And they see he has green. They're like, doctor, why does he have green hair? Or green, black and green hair? Because most of his hair is black, but at the bottom, like you see over Mia, you see, like over Mia on the outside of the hair here, yeah, it's dark green. The doctor says, I don't know, maybe it's. Yeah, then they see birthmarks on his hand. You know, the Izuku scars? Yeah, they're like. Then the doctor's like, he has birthmarks too on his hands. So, yeah. So basically, Izuku growing up, he had a normal childhood. Which at the age of 4, he awakened Will for All. But, but he never used it. Like he trained already, okay? He already trained. He's training every day in secret. So, yeah. Then at the age of 8, he was always homeschooled, or he was always homeschooled, and his first words were in Japanese, and they were confused. Which then they took him to the doctor, and they told him, which language is this? They spoke, hello, my name is, hello, the doctor, basically. Japanese is like, he speaks Japanese, basically. And they're like, Japanese? Where did you learn that? Which is like, I don't know. Which, yeah, they teach Izuku English. Which Izuku now knows English and Japanese. But he prefers to speak in Japanese alone and English with other people. So, yeah, basically, at school, he was ridiculed, alright? But let's get to the first day of school for him. In elementary, he is going to the elementary school. Which the teacher's like, alright, students, today we have a new student, basically. Which, I'm gonna say that Jeffrey, or Jeff the Killer, and Louis, or Homicidal Louis, but they're still not there. Remember, they're still not killers yet. You know? and fucking Izuku and Jane or Jane the killer is there. They're all there, but they're not friends. Like the three of them are not friends. So basically they said, "All right, we have a new student." Basically, then he comes in and says, "Hello, my name is Izuku Midoriya. Nice to meet you." Like that. And his family name is surprisingly Midoriya, but he asked his parents to change the name to Izuku, which they agreed. Which I'm gonna say that they say, "Where are you from?" Like that. Basically, it's like, "Oh, I'm," and he is half Japanese, half American. He's like, "I'm half Japanese, half American," basically, or "I'm from Japan." Which some students laugh at him like that. Basically, they bully him, ridicule him like that. But yeah, so basically, and they see all the birthmarks on his hand. Like, where are those birthmarks? They look hideous like that. Which on his hand, which Izuku says, "Shut up," basically. Which he has no friends. He always sits in the corner of the class and talk and alone. And Jane is the same way, but in the different corner. So one day, Jane approached Izuku. It's like, hey, I'm Jane. Jane Arkansas. What's your name? He's like, oh, I'm Izuku Midoriya. Nice to meet you, Jane. Nice to meet you, Arkansas. Or, nice to meet you, Arkansas. Which is like, just call me Jane. He's like, okay, Jane, just call me Izuku. She's like, okay. Then, they talk, you know. And Izuku says, and Jane, like, at the break, she's sitting alone like that, basically. And then Izuku just comes, sits next to her, says, hey, Jane, you want to eat lunch with me? Like that. She's like, sure, basically. And I'm gonna say Jane's looking sad like that. Which is like, hey, why are you looking sad? She's like, I have no friends, basically. He's like, oh, I can be your friend. I can be your, well, you have one now. She's like, huh? Where? He's like, right here. I'll be your first friend. Which she says, really? He's like, yup, I'll be your first friend, basically. Which, he becomes her first friend, and yeah. Growing up, Izuku was always the smartest in the class. He always gets bullied like that, but he never lets the bullying get to him, like fucking Jeff the fucking killer. Or bullied twice. Well, I mean, they had knives, and Jeff the killer's backstory is not that depressing, except that he got lit on fire. He became a killer for no reason. James is that their whole family died. Oh boy. So I'm gonna say Izuku, alright, was always best friends with Jane. So yeah, and Jane had a massive crush on him. Basically, Izuku had a little crush, but yeah, basically. So he was always with Jane like that. Basically, and then Jeff the killer, or Jeffrey became a killer. So he killed his whole family and supposedly killed Louis. So yeah, and Izuku, by the way, has 30% of One for All. So Izuku, alright, just he was walking by Jane's house, and then he saw somebody sneak into the house with a knife. He's like, "Oh fuck, I have to go save Jane." Which Izuku busts in basically. Like he snuck into. Then basically, Jeff killed Jane's parents. I'm gonna say Jane walked in, basically on Jeff killing her parents, and Jeff and her little sister, which she got angry. She wanted revenge, but then Jeff, I'm gonna say that she was about to get killed by Jeff, which then she heard Detroit smash, which basically he went to punch Jeff out of the fucking house, which she sees Izuku with lightning around him. She's like, Izuku, what happened? Like that. Basically, Izuku says, what happened? Basically, then she's like, Jeffrey killed my parents. Like that. She's like, he did what? She's like, yeah, but and which she says, I want to get revenge. Basically, I want to kill him. He killed my parents. I want to avenge that. I want to avenge them. Basically, Izuku says, well, Izuku says, your revenge is my revenge. Basically, that's what best friends are for. Which she smiles and thanks him like that. Which Izuku basically got back to his house. Which yeah, his parents were killed by Jeff. Hmm Which he basically got angry. And yeah, and it's at the same night basically. Izuku's still looking for Jeff. And basically, Jeff was in the woods, fighting Slenderman. Then basically Jane did the thing. Then Izuku went by Jane's house and saw her house was on fire. Then basically he thought she died, which it awakened something in him. He went insane, cause I'm gonna say that his father was abusive, but his mother cared about him. So yeah, but he never got let the abuse or the bullying get to him, and he was building up rage all this time. But thanks to Jen and his mom, it was like locked away. Which now, since they're both dead, it was unlocked. Jin is supposedly dead, which Izuku basically goes fucking insane. Like, his lightning turns black, his eyes turn dark green. I must say he was wearing a grey hoodie, which he puts it on. Which I must say the Jin was hearing says, Jin was hearing from the window, open window. Like that, I must say she went out basically and was in the bush. And then Izuku says, Jane, no, I'm gonna kill him. He killed my parents. I'm gonna kill him. Jeff the killer. When I get my hands on you, I'm gonna kill you. Basically, it went demonic for a second, basically. Which Jane is surprised that he cared about her this much. And remember, still has the crush. And she doesn't care. She basically thinks that Izuku thinks she's hideous like that. Which she remembers that is she did the same thing. Basically, she thought everyone thought Izuku was hideous because of his scars on his hand, but she never said anything. So yeah, which Izuku basically starts killing people. Basically, starts killing bad people like that because remember he's still Izuku. He still kills bad people. So he basically is looking for Jeff all the fucking time. And Sandman wanted to recruit him, but he remembered that he will fucking kill Jeff and kill who anyone's with him, so he fucking said, nah, fam, I'm not recruiting him. Which is, Jane is with Zalgo. And, Jane is not lesbian in this. So, yeah. So, Izuku, alright, he was, out just killing bad people like that. And basically, he's asking like every single guard or like every single person, have you seen this person? Which they're like, no, we haven't. Which Izuku kills them. Like, useless, basically. Which, Zoko comes. Which, Izuku sees Zolgo, is like, who the fuck are you? Which Zolgo says, oh, my name is Zolgo, basically. I'm an evil god, basically. That yada 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 about Zolgo. Then Izuku says, "Huh, evil god, huh? Fine. What do you want from me?" He's like, "You want to get your revenge on Jeff the Killer and kill him, basically." He's like, "Yes, he ruined my life. He killed my best friend, Jane. He killed my best friend. He killed my parents, and he had the audacity to kill my little sister." Basically, and flashback. Izuku had a little sister who was 4 years old, and she called him Oni-chan, basically like that. And she like always, Izuku had like the deepest bond with her. But once he came back, he saw her on the ground saying, "Oni-chan, avenge me, please," which killed that person that killed me. Which she died basically in his arms. Which he fucking that's when he unlocked his original quirk, rage, or no, weapon creation. So Zolgo says, "Let me see how strong you are before we continue." Which Izuku charges up fucking 40%, Remember, he has Black Weapon Flow, and the one for all users are in the My Hero Academia world. So yeah, that's the one question answer to you. So he basically charged up on for all 40%, which he was charging at Zolgo at high speeds that Zolgo was really impressed about, and he saw that Hizuku still had more potential. He's like, "Is this the best you can do?" He's like, "This is just my 40%. If I train even more, I can unlock more than just 40. I can unlock up to 100%, which is which is 10 times faster than the speed of sound." Which, yeah, because reincarnated, 2 times stronger than Izuku's, yeah, original Izuku's. So yeah, 10 times speed of sound. So Zolgo was really impressed. Like that, he's like, okay, tell me, who was your best friend? He's like, why should I trust you? He's like, well, like, you can be one of my proxy, basically, or you can be one of my minions, so that we can defeat the so-called Slender Man, like that, which is like, and we can kill Jeff the Killer too. Which he's heard Jeff the Killer. He's like, okay, I'm in, basically. Then he's like, who? He's like, now tell me, who was your best friend? He's like, Jane, Arkansas. Which Zolgo is shocked. He's like, Jane is alive. Which Izuku basically wide-eyed is like, where he starts crying a little bit. Says, really? Which he's like, yup. He's like, yeah, she's alive, basically, and she's one of my one of my minions. Izuku says, please take me to her, like that. I haven't seen her in years because Izuku's now 18. He lost her when he was 16. Now he's 18 or 19. He hasn't seen her 3 years. So yeah. So, thus we're going to be leaving off on a cliffhanger. This is just going to be the backstory. Don't worry, guys, I'm coming up with more ideas for this. Yeah. And remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever the fuck you want, alright? And I know that there isn't any sex scenes in this because my grandma's visiting and I can't do shit. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember, go to sleep.